Is work making us unhealthy? The question has been studied in many papers, and the answer is yes. People spend a third of their life at work, which could have a large influence on someone's health. Work plays a large role in people's eating intentions and behaviors, and often these are negative influences or barriers to a healthy lifestyle. An employee's job can have a profound effect on what nutrition and exercise choices they make. Working too many hours or in jobs very mentally draining can leave them without the time or energy to exercise and choose healthy food. How often have you made poor choices to eat fast food after a late night at work? It's just very easy to grab something quick when we're tired. There was a study that looked at the difference between high stress and low stress employees, and they showed that the high stress employees consumed more saturated fat and sugar than the low stress group. No availability of nutritious food during breaks. What's your break room look like? I can tell you mine has soda, candy, chips, burgers, sugar, and sweetened fake cream for coffees. No fresh fruit, and very little in there that I would even eat. Social pressure to eat unhealthy. Food at company functions is often unhealthy, like cake, pizza, donuts, and sandwiches. It's natural to want to participate in these functions, but do they always have to be tied to unhealthy foods? Workplace barriers to healthy lifestyle. So here's a list of some common things in the workplace that can keep us from eating healthy. The workload. Often long hours leave you too tired to make healthy choices, grabbing fast food on the way home for dinner. Time constraints. Not enough time to eat nutritious lunch. So what do? We grab a snack in the break room. Temptation. If coworkers are eating unhealthy, that can be a big influence on your diet. Often people eat at the same place as their coworkers for lunch. Social influences. There can be negative peer pressure to eat unhealthy if your peers are, like donuts for breaks, cakes for parties, pizza for lunch. It can be a challenge if you're trying to eat healthy all by yourself. Lack of nutritious options. We've discussed this already. Work environment. What kind of work environment is it? Is it a sedentary job? Boredom is another big one. This can be a big problem as people turn to snacks when bored or cigarettes when bored. So let's flip this around. Can the workplace be a positive role in someone's health? So here are some workplace healthy cues. Workers who participated in at least one exercise program provided by their employer had a healthier body mass index. An employee who intends to exercise may be facilitated by having an hour-long lunch. They have time to go to the gym and back, or even better, exercise and shower facilities at the office. Social pressure to eat healthy. Weight loss groups, exercise groups, healthy eating groups. These are all very powerful. At my work, there were 3 of us that all had the type 2 diabetes diagnosis at the same time, and we all banded together. Soon, we had a whole group of people all eating healthy, cutting out the extra sugars, the carbs. The peer pressure to eat well was very, very helpful. Organizations could work with their cafeterias and vending machine companies to enhance healthy options. One point here is this really needs to be done with employee buy-in. It's good if the employees drive the changes to their own break room. You'll get much better buy-in. Another thing you can do is as simple as just nutrition education posters in the workplace, things to motivate people. Here are a few facilitators to healthy lifestyle. These are things that can help. Planning, availability of nutritious options. We'll see later in the study how big of a help the nutritious options were. Time availability. Can the schedule be flexible enough to allow time for walks, allow time for gym time, allow time for an adequate lunch break to eat healthy lunch? Motivations. This can be as simple as posters to promote healthy lifestyle. Social support groups can be very positive. We spoke about this. Knowledge and awareness. This is education classes can be brought in to teach people about a healthy lifestyle. Changes to the work environment. A structured schedule. Again, this can help to have structured breaks that people can do healthy activities together. Modifications to the workload. This one often is hard to change, but if it can be, it can be helpful. So the 3 levels of workplace fitness and wellness programs. Level 1 is the awareness programs for employees. These are low cost and easy to implement. This is the first place to start. The key is to get people motivated, and then they buy into the next levels. This can be simple posters, newsletters, flyers, educational classes, which can generate curiosity and motivate employees. Level 2 are lifestyle modification programs. These may be a little bit more money, but if you have employee motivation, these can be easy too. These are things like gym memberships paid for by the company, classes to address workstation ergonomics, self-directed classes. And then we move on to level 3 programs. These are modifying the actual environment to sustain healthy behaviors. And we'll see in the next slides that this part, in combination with education, is shown to give the best results. These may be more money, but studies have shown that the money will be offset by savings in healthcare, absenteeism, and employee morale. These consist of things like workout areas on site, locker rooms on site so people can change or shower after working out, healthy food in the cafeteria and the break rooms, removing unhealthy foods, step challenges that can be done during work hours, are all part of level 3. A couple things to keep in mind when doing employee wellness programs. The interventions should use a participatory approach, so the employees themselves design the changes to the environment, so when they're implemented, they're coming from the employees, which will give better buy-in. So these changes, which support healthy diet and lifestyle for individuals, can improve their lives, but should note that it can also be a big plus to the organization. Studies have shown that it'll have reduced absenteeism, reduced injury, improved morale, reduced turnovers. All these things are big savings for the company and healthcare costs, all with small investments. So this next section is on a really well-designed control study. It was called the Food Choice at Work Study. And what they did in Ireland was they took 4 manufacturing plants, all located in different geographical regions in Ireland. And all 4 had different interventions to them. One of them was the control group, where they did nothing. Another one was the education group, where they went in and put educational programs in for the employees. The third group was the environmental change group. So they went in and they made changes to the environment, like cleaned up the cafeteria, changed the food that was served. And then the fourth group was a combination of the education and the environmental changes. And after they did all these studies, there were significant measurable improvements in sugar, saturated fat, salt intake, BMI, nutritional knowledge, waist circumference, and blood pressure, all things that help with metabolic syndrome. So let's look at the data here. And this is some of the data points I pulled out of it. If you look at the first column, that's the control site. The second column is the education site. The third column is the environmental site. And the fourth column is the combined site. And if you look, one of the interesting things in this slide is that the control group got worse, which is kind of what we all know, right? If you do nothing, it just keeps getting worse. The other 3 sites all saw improvements. Education and environment both saw improvement, but the best results they had came from the combined groups, combined interventions, a combination of education and environmental changes. So it shows that a well-designed employee wellness program can make positive influences which will help to reduce the incidence of metabolic syndrome. So that concludes my presentation. Thank you for listening. We have a little time here for question and answer. And then at the last slide here is my references. Thank you.